Друзья, есть драйв?
Dear friends, do we have some drive? I cannot hear you. Okay, thanks. 1993, faraway small town. My mom gets back from work to a regular apartment, and on the doorstep, a young guy, handsome guy, meets her, of about 6 years old, and tells her, "I have two news for you, one bad and one good news. The bad one is that the socket's not working and the light is out. And the good news is that I fixed all that. You know, even back when I was 6, I decided to do things on my own. By the way, I cut the fringe on my own too. So, my name is Alexandr Praded, and I'm Ododoshi. And today I'll tell you how I grew my team up. But before I come to that, I made quite a lot of mistakes, and I'm not shy to admit them, because they helped me to grow. I started my way in McDonald's in 2004. Having worked for this company for 12 years, I was cracking these jokes that I'm supposed to have a golden phone because I came to McDonald's to earn some money to buy the first phone. But 12 years in McDonald's is not that important for me. You know, people say, "Oh, I got 20 years of experience," and you look at this person. Okay, you have 1 year of experience. You're just replicating the same experience 20 times. And then I realized that maybe I don't have 12 years of experience in McDonald's. Maybe it's 1 or 2 years of experience.
So I came to the conclusion that unfortunately this company I cannot realize myself. My mistake was that I worked myself and never tried to create a team. I couldn't motivate people, and I decided to quit. And that's how I found my way to Dodo. And when I came to this pizzeria, at first I didn't know what to do, because indeed I left a restaurant with a turnover 25 million to a place which only made 2.5 million. So why have I done it? And that was a great mistake, because I had to do everything. I had to hire personnel, I had to build schedules, I had to adjust schedules. We didn't have a refrigerator, I needed to calculate this and that. So everything that needed to be done, I did it myself. And I was a partner with Odintsova companies. I helped the youth movement. I handed out pieces of pizzas. I segmented the average check. I invented promotions. I canceled promotions. So I could bring up the revenue from 2.5 to 4.5 million without any investments in marketing. But when you're doing everything yourself, when you're working 16 hours a day, when you spend your nights in a pizzeria, by the way, the oven is a very nice place to sleep in. But then you start burning out. You start sort of going down, and you see that you're doing everything. Everyone is guilty. Everyone is to blame, but not you. And at that time, I was asked to help in Krasnoyarsk. And I said, okay, here is my chance. I'm going to go there. It was in the red zone. And I noticed the mistakes they were making in the pizzeria. I built a plan, repeated mistakes that needed to be eliminated. I knew how to work it out, but unfortunately, I came across the situation when the managers were not ready for that. And they didn't share my principles. They didn't want to be efficient. They didn't want to perfect their performance. So practically all the team left. But since I was doing everything myself, I had been doing it for years, I was not despaired. And I tried to pull out the pizzeria, and the ratings with the rest of the team, the ratings were up. We moved into the green zone, but unfortunately the partner made a decision to sell it. And at this moment, I had a feeling that here is the situation. I had a chance to do something. I missed it because I tried to build a team. I was depressed. And in spite of this, I just didn't want to leave the company because we are open. I think it's number one, because all of us know that I'm an open person. I share everything that I have, everything that I develop, all my calculations. I can share everything. And I decided that I want to be part of the team, but at the same time, I want to be with a man who doesn't have only one pizzeria, but several of them. I met Alexei Maganov, Moscow 2-1, and when I came to this pizzeria, I said, no more, I do it myself. Only the team, only together. Together we can achieve anything. I tried to do everything myself, and I failed. So I'm going to tell you about the principles that I used to build the team. The first principle is the team follows the leader. You need to be efficient, you need to be charged, you need to know your business very well. Moreover, you need to admit your mistakes. If something goes wrong in your pizzeria, if something does something in the wrong way, it's not the mistake of the personnel, it's your mistake because you didn't show, you didn't explain. I can fulfill the list, but try to find that error in yourself. If you can do it, then you'll be able to work with a team. In order to have a leader, you need a team, and you need to grow the team. What are the approaches that I used to build my team? First, they shouldn't be afraid of mistakes, the same as me. And at the same time, you need to give them leeway. You need to trust your personnel. You need to encourage their own experience. Otherwise, they're not going to learn anything. We videoed, the headquarters. We videoed our results. We looked at ourselves sort of from a side. We checked whether we know our numbers, our processes, and if we didn't, then something hasn't been done. If you haven't fulfilled your task, it means that you should be ashamed to speak. We worked on it, and we bettered our results. The next principle, probably it's not quite well known. What are these 5 letters here? It's the principle to simplify. You remember SMART, only SMART, that's the English acronym. I didn't even try to remember. If you wake me in the middle of the night and ask me, SMART, what is it? I don't know, but deep down I know that it's something specific that you can measure, that you can really fulfill. And that is something that I remember. The next one, delegate your projects. You remember there was a cartoon where a schoolboy had two helpers, and they were even eating pies instead of him. So the first question was, are you going to do my projects for me? Are you going to carry out everything that I thought? And I was scared. What if they do something wrong? They are going to fuck up. I'm going to be dismissed from my position because of their mistakes. But you know, the experience is something that you gain through your errors. I cannot collect my experience in a basket and share this basket with somebody. No, it's impossible. You cannot share your experience. Only with your touch with your hands. Only if you do your own mistakes. If you make mistakes, you can share your experience with your personnel. Only then can the personnel grow and probably even overgrow you. The next principle that I'm going to share with you is don't be afraid to refresh your team. In the first month, we did 1.5 million rubles, and we understood that we don't have enough personnel. We couldn't work out how productive we could be. We were ambitious. We were going to be number one in Moscow, and we almost reached it. Even we were better than headquarters for 1 week. We hired everyone without sorting them out, without screening them. So, and unfortunately, we hired people for whom pizza experience was just 2 words. And it was very difficult to fight this principle. We tried to persuade them. And I made a decision that our team needs refreshment. And most part of the team were couriers. I dismissed 4 out of 6 delivery boys. And I realized that on Monday probably I won't have any delivery people at all. And I was right. No one came to work. I posted a lot of advertising, and I know that I knew how to deliver quickly. I did it myself. I took the calls, and I even took the calls on the way. I didn't hand out any certificates because I was not driving a car. And the first delivery guy came the next day, and we worked 3 days, and we didn't give out any certificates. So there are no imposters, no blind alleys. Don't be afraid. The next principle, probably not even a principle, it's growing up, I think. As a leader, I realized that you shouldn't expect any gratitude. I never told anyone, oh, I taught you, you owe me. I just was moving forward. I had my goal. I wanted to build the best team in Moscow. I never told my people that they owe me something. I only turned back, and I believed that when I was moving forward, I believed that my team was following. And then I didn't have to drag them. They are following me. Any difficult situation requests a choice. You may say that, no, I cannot do anything, it doesn't depend on me, somebody is to blame, or you can grab it with both hands and say, I'll make it work. And only in this case you can grow, you can develop, so you can move into the red zone that Octavian mentioned. In 3 years, I gained a really invaluable experience and skills. I invested in my team 18 months ago, and now I'm getting dividends because I work less, I can concentrate on more important things, and moreover, I'm Katerina Lomova opened Moscow 2-2, and she grew her team without my participation. Gratitude to her. Anastasia Danilova. This girl is only 20, but she has a 4.5 million pizzeria under her, and she is training personnel for another one. Thank you, young ladies. In Doda, I learned how to share experience, how to be effective, how to admit my mistakes, and how not to be afraid to make new mistakes. Because investments in daughter, these are investments in the teams primarily. The teams are going to make pizzas, are going to invent something. The procurement is striving to lower the costs. The marketing that are promoting our products. Invest in you, invest in your teams, and let your pizzerias bring only happiness.